the sense of center we can experience in the different chakras. All of the chakras form a kind of central axis through the body, through the body along the spine. So we'll start with the third center at the solar plexus. If you'd like to take your awareness there, very good one for the morning, for waking up, very energizing center. But let's stay with this idea that we have in our midst a center, a feeling of center. You could call it a feeling of center. And then at the same time, let's take our arms up through the openness, through the outside, fingertips, very sensitive, feeling the air, but don't lose the center as you do that. Stay with that feeling that you have on the one hand a center, and then at the same time with your arms up above your head, or maybe even just taking them out a little bit, perhaps in a kind of diagonal movement like that, so that you have that sense of openness. And back down. Let's do the cosmic prayer. Actually, the cosmic prayer, we can take our awareness to a different center. We can take it to the heart center. Let's take our awareness to that heart center and do these very open movements with the arms that go out into the space. We've got the beginning, we've got the readiness, we've got the flower looking up, and we've got the openness. And we come right to the center with the hands, moving out into the space in front of us and out to the sides. Once again, have your feet closed, legs together. Once again, the beginning lies in the readiness to grow to a flower. Looking right up, wide open to the light, wide open arm movement. Turning to the center in appreciation and devotion. One last time, the awareness is of center at the heart and periphery. Readiness, flower, wide open to the light, turning to the center in appreciation and devotion. And relax again. So for Biggie and Nikki who've just joined us, our focus this morning, our theme, is that we have an experience of center, which will be through the central axis of the body on the different chakras, and an experience at the same time of openness, so that we gain a quality that can enable us to feel a sense of, this is me, the outer things don't overwhelm me, but on the other hand, I can form an active relationship to what is outside. So we have this relationship between center and outside. We've had the heart center with the cosmic prayer. We've had the solar plexus center. We'll come back to that center again. And we'll just do the forward bend, relaxing, and then coming back to the standing half moon with that feeling of center. To come down, just letting the backs of the legs relax so that they can stretch a little bit more. The breath flowing very freely. The neck and the face and the head relaxed. And the arms and the hands relaxed. So the space all around you is very free and open, and you can swing your body freely up through that space, taking the arms right up above the head. Take your awareness back to your center, the solar plexus. Let's stay with this idea. That is a center of stability and strength, also of activity, active stretching, and the space above and around us is very open. We can grow into that space, letting the breath flow freely. And take the hands down by your sides. Let's come into the sun prayer. Hands together. Be aware of the solar plexus as the center and the space into which you grow around you. Come into the forward bend. Take the right leg back. Form a good base with your legs. Come back to the awareness of the center and grow actively up from that center. Come into the plank. Take the knees and the face down. Slide forwards. Open into the cobra. Push into downward dog. Good length through your back. Right foot forward from the base. Open up. And grow. And take the hands down, looking in. And then come right the way up and grow. And take the hands down. Hands together. Take the arms up. And then come forwards. Left foot back. Grow from the center, opening up. Come into the plank. Take the knees, chest and face down and slide along the ground. Open into the cobra. Push into downward dog. Left foot forward. Coming back up into the half moon. And the right foot forward. Come right the way back up. Be aware of that center. Grow a little bit more. And take the hands down. Okay, let's just come back. Remind ourselves of our theme. Our theme is that we have an experience of a calm and yet active center, and at the same time an experience of lightness and openness. Let's do once again this wide arm movement. So be aware of that center there, and a very light and free arm movement, as if the arms float and at the same time very sensitively touch the air around you. See if you can be aware of that contrast. In your middle, you're quite active, and in the periphery, you're sensitive and open. Hold the arms up, just let the breath flow freely. Be aware of the breath. Be aware of your sides, this rib cage area. Be aware of the breath flowing into your sides. Let the rib cage lift and expand a little bit more as you breathe. So out of that center, the body can stream and lengthen up a little bit more into the openness. Take the hands down. We'll do one more round of the sun prayer, and this time we'll have the idea that from the center there can be a greater expansive lengthening and growing into the openness. So take the hands together. Be aware of that center. Be aware of that expansion through the sides and up and through the arms to the fingertips into the length. Then come forwards and look right in. Take the right foot back. Grow into the base. Take the arms up, so from the base, from the center, upwards into the expanse, right up into the openness, but more of an intensive stretch this time. Then coming into the plank. Take the knees, chest and face down, slide along the ground, open into the cobra. Be aware of that solar plexus center again, and how at the same time your chest is open. Now come into the downward dog. You can lengthen a bit more. And take the right foot forward, forming a good base. Be aware of that center. So our thought this time is that we grow and lengthen more from the center, through the sides, through the ribs, through the arms, expanding up to the fingertips and beyond. So experience that openness. Take the hands down and look in. And then come right the way up. Be aware of the center. Be aware of those sides, those ribs, lifting and growing a bit more, streaming up through the arms to the fingertips and beyond. And take the hands down. Other side, hands together. Be aware of the center. Grow through your sides. Be aware of the openness above you. We have a relationship. The center is the start of the activity. The openness receives our growing. Take the hands down and look right in. Take the left foot back. Good base. Take the arms up. Be aware once again of the center, the start of your activity. Actively grow through the upper spine, right up through into the openness. Then come into the plank. Take the knees, chest and face down. Slide along the ground. Open into the cobra. So the rib cage pushes actively forwards. The chest opens upwards. Come into downward dog. Bring a good length into your spine, lifting the sacrum up. Your bottom forms the peak of the triangle. Left foot forward. The base. Growing from the center. Up into the space above you. Let the breath expand. Take the hands down and look right in. Come up once again. Be aware of that center, the side stretching, the ribs stretching, and then the space above you into which you grow. And take the hands down. Do you like to lie down on your backs, and we'll come to the lying triangle on the back. Just start by lying in a straight line, feet and legs together, and take your awareness once again to that same center, the solar plexus. So our experience of the center in this position is that it's a kind of coordinating point. Everything above that center should be relaxed. Feel the breath flowing. And now your leg, your one leg, is going to raise actively up into the space above you. So we can imagine the start of the movement is again the solar plexus. The two legs grow actively out in different directions. The arm is raised lightly to finish off the triangle, so there's no pulling of your foot, just pointing up towards the tip of the triangle. Let the breath flow freely. Come back down again. Just make sure the body forms a good straight line. Be aware of the center. Take the other leg up and grow actively through both legs. Finish off the triangle with your hand. Breath flowing freely. Come back down again. Let's see if we can really form a good connection with our theme, that we experience this theme taking shape through the body. We have a center, which is the start of the movement. We have the whole open space around us with which we connect. So breath flowing freely, coming and going from that space. Take the first leg actively up and finish off the movement with the arm. And now we'll pause to experience that form, that relationship. We have an active center, the solar plexus. We move out from that strong center into the free open space with all our limbs, with the two legs going in the different directions, with the arm going upwards. Also with your eyes, they can look up into that space. Center and openness. Come back down again. Be aware of the breath. Let it flow freely. Take the other leg right the way up, and from the center you grow up into that openness. Take the hand up, pointing gently towards that leg. So we bring an order into being between center on the one hand, something fixed, and openness, something free. Breath flowing belongs to the freedom. Come back down and just relax. Be aware of that free flowing breath. And come back up to a standing position. Come next to the scales. We'll start with a preparation, taking a step forward, becoming aware of this center here again, the solar plexus. And we'll just do this kind of, it's like the scales, but in a diagonal line. So the idea is that you're aware of that solar plexus center and you stream outwards from that center, backwards into your heel, the back heel, and upwards through the spine to the fingertips. Come back down again. Change over to the other side. Firm step with the front leg. Take the arms up, be aware of your center, and grow through your back leg so that the knee ends up straightening. Going back into your back heel, growing up through the spine, upwards through the arms, right through to the fingertips and beyond. Breath flowing freely. Come back again. We'll come into the actual scales with the same idea. Take a good step with one foot. Be aware of that solar plexus center as you raise the back leg off the ground. Grow actively through into your back heel. The more powerfully you can grow into the back heel, the more you can also stream powerfully out into the openness forwards. Keep breathing. Good streaming out line in two directions. Come back again. Come right the way up, growing. And take the hands down. And then the other side. A good step. Be aware of the solar plexus. So take your awareness first of all backwards through that back leg as you raise it off the ground. And then at the same time forwards and out through the upper body, streaming out from the center. Good flowing, streaming movement of breath, growing longer and longer. And then come back up again. Stretching up So this finishing off is quite important. It finishes off the whole experience. Okay, we'll do it once again, but let's just think about it first. With this one in particular, with all of them, but it's very important to have a clear mental picture of what we're going to do beforehand. So let's just really visualize it. We're going to have a strong center in the solar plexus, and out of that center we're going to stream backwards into our leg and stream forwards through the body and the arms to the fingertips. The extremities grow lightly out into the openness. The center is very strong. So with that picture, let's come into the actual movement. Step onto one foot and then lift and grow into your back leg and stream out forwards through the spine. The picture is that out of a strong centre, we stream into the openness. Let the breath flow. Come back up and finish off the movement, taking the foot down and moving upwards into the height, into the openness above. The centre at the solar plexus is stretched out. Take the hands down. Once again on the other side. So take a step. Grow from that middle. Clear mental picture back into the back leg. Forwards through the spine, through the arms. Finding the length. Breath flowing. Streaming out from the centre. Come back again, take the foot down. Be aware of that centre. Stream upwards, right up into the open space above. And take the hands down. Breath flowing. So we've come to another lying triangle, the one on the side. So you can stretch out now on your right side. Hand resting on your right arm, the right hand facing upwards. Same picture. We've got our centre here at the solar plexus, and we've got that sense of streaming out into the openness. Good firm lengthened line with your body. Take your leg right up into that openness again, and in a similar way to before, move up with that hand towards the toes. No pulling, but a sense of streaming outwards. Breath flowing very freely. Come back down again. Change over to the other side. Always awkward when you're doing it towards a screen. You have to go right to the other end of your mat. So, look good, long side, left side of your body on the ground, lengthened. Be aware of your centre. Raise the right leg up. And now lengthen out into the space. Take the right arm up to finish off the triangle. Head still stays relaxed, resting on your arm. Breath coming and going from that free open space around you. Come back down again. Change sides again. Good lengthened line along the ground, hand facing upwards. Let's pause to really create our good picture of our theme. We have a centre and we have openness, space around. In fact, a good preparation is to do this. If you just take your hand up, it's a much simpler position, but it can conjure up the same mental picture. Be aware of your solar plexus as the center, and be aware of how your arms are open widely into that open space. Take the hands down. Now we do the same thing with the leg. We have the solar plexus and the leg, just as the arm did. It reaches up into the space above, just the leg. Don't use the hand to pull it up. If you're having difficulty getting the leg, it can help to twist that foot more towards the ceiling. Then your hip opens out more. You can get it higher up more easily. And just gently finishing off the triangle with the hand. 3 breaths. Come back down again. Change over to the other side. Lengthening along the ground, head resting on the arm, solar plexus is the center. Let's do this arm movement once again to really encourage the right feeling. We have the center, and then we have the sense of openness and space all around us. Take the arm back down and now do the same gesture with your leg, twisting it a little bit so the foot points upwards, not just outwards. Then you can get the leg right up high and finish off the triangle with the arm. No pulling with the hand, just pointing upwards, upwards into the space above. It's as if the tip of the triangle aspires upwards into the space like a mountain peak, moving upwards, breath flowing. And come right the way back down again. And come up into a sitting position. We'll just finish with one last exercise. And this one is the balancing head to knee position. And this one, after having really opened, it brings more of a centering. The body has to really tighten and gather in. But what's important with this one is that we still remain open to our surroundings with our head. Make sure for this one that you haven't got anything behind you that you might bump into if you roll back. So you need to be fairly forward on your mat, in other words. And take hold of your feet like this. So the feet are just slightly lifted off the ground. So our theme again is centering. This time we can really feel ourselves using all of the centers up through the body. The legs are kind of drawn a little bit into the abdomen. The middle region, solar plexus region, also straightens up quite actively. Even the heart center, because you're balancing, needs to feel a kind of centering as well. But the openness comes through being open with your head, not too fixed on the position. The calm, open looking outwards with the senses. Then you can begin to straighten out your legs. So keeping that good, strong centeredness through the core of your body. Head looking out, neck relaxed, breath free as you come right the way up. Calm, free breathing. Just letting the legs lengthen a little more and a little more, gradually more. Centering and openness. And come back down to a sitting position. Let's just finish off with the legs grounded, body upright, and the head just really free and open. Be aware of your breath coming and going. So we'll just recap on our central thought. Let's feel how the core of the body forms our center. We have a strong center that gives us a sense of self. And with your eyes open, you can maybe just look into your surroundings, around the room, out of the window you can see outside, but without losing that sense that you have a centre at the same time. And this is our theme that we can bring into the day, that we keep a sense of our own centre, and at the same time we keep a very natural openness to what's going on around us. 3 breaths.